We are enduring the hardest week of the year, in my opinion, the week before daylight savings time.
The tide comes in, pulls some sand back into the ocean. The land is lost, another fight it cannot win. The cycle begins. Clouds come in, turn from white to gray, then fade to nothing. They fall down to the ground just to be reborn again. The cycle begins.
There are only 3 people living on our dreamland, and all 3 of us are spent. We are spent of snow, we are spent of nor'easters, we are spent of shoveling and plowing, and holding our breath that everything continues to function around here. We are ready for a big, giant exhale. The other day I received what I consider to be the most thoughtful compliment one could receive. Someone at work said to me, "I wish I could clone you. We need you everywhere." But instead of making me feel good, it makes me feel anxious, because lately I wish I could actually clone myself. I'm trying to be everywhere, do everything, and focus on everyone. The last couple weeks have been extra challenging with the amount of snow and energy it takes to move it. Energy we are running out of. But last night I had to stop, just stop, and focus on one thing, and that's being a mom.
Hi, you coming with us? Hey, come on.
My daughter needed help getting herself reset in life. Schoolwork piling up, a room disorganized, laundry to do. She was feeling the stress of it all, and I officially intervened, offering her a helping mother's touch. My man is also feeling the winter blues, along with cabin fever, and he's annoyed that our home life routines are all messed up. I am trying to keep it all together. I couldn't fix the home life routine last night. Man friend just gave up and went to bed, but I did hang out with my daughter, getting her to laugh and take a deep breath, helping her tidy up and get herself back on track. I started her laundry, worked out things with school, and then she had a warm shower using some very nice Lush products. She jumped into new, clean pajamas, curled up for bedtime in an organized and clean room, feeling satisfied, which made me satisfied. Only mothers know the feeling of worrying for their kid. Everyone settled into bed and reality hits. I have a week's worth of dirty dishes to wash, a man friend who went to bed annoyed, I haven't showered in 2 days, and we need groceries. I read somewhere that if you wake up in the morning feeling slightly defeated, unmotivated, and don't even know where to begin on your long list of to-dos, to start with making your bed. Give yourself a check mark. Then you can go into your day with something accomplished. I'm going to spend my day checking many more things off my list. I'm rarely an unmotivated person, but I'm definitely feeling like I need to concentrate on the silver linings today. The week before daylight saving time, yep, it's the hardest, where that Canadian patience is tested. But we are so close now. Spring is making her way, so let's not give up just yet, okay? Come on, son. We could really use you today. I'm gonna keep my head straight, bear down, and just get into March like a true caper. And I'm gonna take this gift of sunshine as a sign that we can do this, because we are.
It's funny how it all played out. Broken dreams seldom get realized. For me, you were a part of life that escaped and left me outside. Who could see the will of time, and that you were still a friend of mine? Our story wasn't over yet, and no one can tell what's coming next. The journey is not ours to control. The journey is not ours to control. I'm glad that it is so. Lucky it is so.
The next few days were unique in my schedule, and I didn't record much footage for about 72 hours. Our little seaside village was hosting a memorial hockey tournament, and my little job away from home was staying open extremely late to accommodate all the extra visitors. I offered to work the red-eye hours because in all my years of undertaking, I've become accustomed to those graveyard shifts. Even though it's been 7 years since I last worked as a funeral director, I was pleasantly surprised to realize that my mind still managed the all-nighters like the good old days. But my body, well, that was a different story. It was very confused for a few days. It all worked out fine though, and I actually enjoyed that time at work. Plus, the tournament was a great success, and I'm back on track with the world clock, so all is well. I have to say though, there's something very peaceful about nighttime, isn't there? Our temperatures were mild, climbing to a whole 3 degrees. We had 0 wind, and the moon was bright and beautiful. I found myself grateful to have been awake to absorb it, and when I returned home after the last late shift, I just stayed up. I napped a few hours before lunch, then enjoyed the rest of the day at home, puttering around in my pajamas, feeling satisfied. In the midst of the mild weekend chaos and exciting delivery, our new RV instantaneous hot water heater has arrived. Hooray! Mooch is eager to install it, but he does have to get underneath the RV to configure things, so there may be a delay getting it going. We've been buried in snow, and our recent mild temperatures have now switched to sub-zero, with a wind chill of -22, which are temperatures we don't feel too often around here. He will get to the install eventually, and I will share some footage for you on that in a future video, coming soon I hope. Until then, we continue to monitor semi-off-grid hiccups, and the most recent one is the door to the RV. It's just a little clip type door and can freeze up during cold snaps. This morning, Tia woke me up for a pee at 4 a.m., and when I let her out, the clip froze up. So I had to stand there with the heater to the handle until it released. Something about standing outside in my pajamas in freezing temperatures dealing with this door woke me right up. Imagine that. Of course, I couldn't go back to sleep after that, so coffee time it was. Yes, this last week before daylight saving time is the most challenging, and it's living up to its reputation indeed. Aside from always being so grateful and honored to call myself a true North Caper, there is one thing that has been on my mind so much this past month that has me longing for back home. Of course, I always miss and long for a hug and visit with my sister and my mom the most, but aside from them, I have been thinking a lot about my passion for gardening. It's funny, when I was a funeral director, my friends at work in the city couldn't believe that I was a tomboy. I was always put together in a nice suit, cleaned up and professional. It was hard for them to imagine that I would leave work, drive home to the country to be in the dirt with my chickens. But I'm a true farm girl at heart, and lately I've really missed having fresh eggs and sandy soil. I miss my gardens in Ontario. I miss having hens with names. There. I said it. Normally this time of year, I'm receiving my seed and bulb order and would have trays and trays of seedlings started. Eventually we will, but here, right now, we just don't have the space nor the power source to run a handful of grow lights 24/7. I tried growing seedlings in the RV last year using natural light and it was a fail. And the dog shop is too small and the big shop doesn't have power yet, so the options are nil. I come from southwestern Ontario, near Lake Erie. We basically lived on beach sand, but here the land is full of rocks and the soil is clay. Totally different horticultural zone and climate. It's like starting from literal scratch again. I was secretly disappointed with my garden here last year. I am learning how to amend our plot, best to grow vegetables, and of course it takes time to adjust because with every trial that fails, it cannot be rectified for another whole year. I just can't help but reminisce about my old garden plots these days. So to turn my frown upside down, I'm going to start sharing some of my garden plans with you all. I'm going to set some goals and make a list. And since I can't start seedlings, I might as well start an official Dreamland garden journal that I can use to organize myself better, and it can act as a reference for years to come. So in my next video, I will go to town, I will bring you with me, and we will find the perfect, most sweetest blank journal to begin this Gulf Coast rocky clay garden journey together. And how be we grab a latte and sit by the Gulf while we're out and about? What do you say? Is it a date? Hope to see you then. Oh, and thanks for being here. You're awesome. Ciao for now.